to say is thank you so much for turning out. This is a packed room, guys. I hope everyone has got a seat. Right? I hope everyone's got a seat. It's an absolute pleasure to see every single one of you in this room. So give yourselves a round of applause for turning out. Thank you very much. Good. No, not good. Sure. Cool. So look, we've got an amazing evening for you. These wonderful musicians are going to be giving you their goodness alongside some incredible poets. All right. So are we ready for that, ladies and gentlemen? Okay. Let me get my little notepad. So, first of all, by round of applause, who has been to a jazz/spoken word night before? Okay, and who has never been to a jazz/spoken word night before? Okay, we like that. We like the ratios. So look, basically, the main thing to know about this night is we have not rehearsed a thing. None of the poets know what's going to happen. The band are just meeting the poets for the first time this evening. So everything you're about to hear has been come up with on the spot. So that's how we do it here at Grooveverse. Now we've got 5 guest poets who will be competing for your vote, for the chance to feature at the next event. So we've got 5 guest poets and we've got 2 incredible features. Are you ready for me to reel out the names? We've got an incredible lineup this time. I am so excited. Can I just say as well, this is the 3rd Grooveverse that we've done. It's the 3rd time we've sold out. Give a round of applause for that. Come on! So, when you hear your favourite poet, give him a really loud round of applause. We've got, first of all, coming up, George Lawrence. We got Léoni. We got Nate the Lyricist. We got Louis the Hippie. And we got the gorgeous Tilly Mackintosh. So those are your 5 guest poets, right? They're going to be competing for your vote. Now it's 1 vote per table, so you can't just bring all your mates along and have 20 votes just for you, all right? That goes to you, the guest poets. So it's 1 vote per table, so you've got to remember their names. I will remind you, you will know, but those are the 5 guest poets. Now, alongside the 5 guest poets, we've got 2 incredible headliners. The first of which won our audience vote last time, and is Rakaya Fetuga. An absolute audience winner. We absolutely loved it. So pleasure to have you back. Thank you for coming down. And we've got the wonderful and incredibly talented Woodzy, ladies and gentlemen. So this is a spoken word night along with jazz, but at a spoken word night, this is a 2-way street, all right? This is not a time for you to sit there quiet. Porous poets need validation, all right? So the way that you do that is you validate them, all right? So when they say something that you like, you give them a reaction you want. You give them a noise, you give them a sound, you give them anything. So think of what your sound is right now. Think of what it can be, literally anything. Think of what it is. It could be a tap, it could be a cheer. And in 3, 2, 1, you're all gonna do it. 3, 2, 1! Okay. I said, look, this is a bit of a cliche, but that was about 7. And I'm not bringing a poet on until we're at least at 10. All right, so just so you know that, have another think again. We're going to go 3, 2, 1. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're at 9. We're at 9. You've got to do it 3 times. One magic order 3. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now that's a 10. Fantastic. So look, think about the guest poets. We've got 3 in the first half, 2 in the second half. Remember their names. They'll be competing for your vote. Now, the first guest poet. Are you guys ready for the first poet? Okay, good. Okay, that's about right. So this first guy coming up onto the stage runs and co-hosts a night called Word of Mouth. If you're into spoken word, you need to check out their YouTube channel. They make amazing content, loads of really, really cool poets. They make videos, and they also run a night. And he's also amazing. He has a mane which makes him look like a sexy lion. And for that reason, I'm so excited to bring him up because I'm into lions. No, give a massive round of applause and a Grooveverse welcome to our first poet, George Lawrence!
Aren't they fucking good? Like, wow. Hi, what's going on, people? I'm George. How's everyone doing? Alright, that was pretty tame. How is everyone doing? Yeah, this is mad. I love how you say that. I look like a lion. I'm a Leo, so I definitely correspond with that. I think the first piece I'm going to do is going to be a political piece. So something a little bit up-tempo, so I'm going to start it. You're the man. Alright, so this piece is called Irate. I don't know tempo. Yeah, so I'll let you guys just flow with it. Up-tempo, yeah. Up-down, yeah. Alright, sweet. I'm irate, as I do not rate modern day embodiment of this fascist caliphate. Blind leading the blind for them to shoot on sight any single man or woman or child that has a darker complexion than mine. Any man or woman or child that has a darker complexion than mine. See, I want this country be the new Atlantis, for its island, for its cadaver to be thrown in a rumpus, for a necrophilia to fuck it, for a taxidermist to stuff it, and by all means decapitate his head and make a plaque of it, so it could be gifted to the big game house of corporations and backroom discussions to dismantle unions. Forced to salute the Union Jack shit of union when the NHS collapsed. Be disease-ridden, full crime forbidden, checking whether Frankenstein's monsters living in our linen, but you gave him the surname Bin Laden. Because when it comes down to survival versus racism, give racism a pardon. Go to the fake shamans wearing silk garments, because this whole world has a fetish for anal. This is why we worship asses and assholes. And I'll be striking, I'll say calm down donkey, but we're not the generation of low-key, are we? It's just our vibe, having to flash your fucking camera to prove that we're alive. Having to flush a camera to prove that we're alive. This is why I'm irate, as I do not rate modern day embodiment of this fascist caliphate. Blind leading the blind for them to shoot on sight any single man or woman or child that has a darker complexion than mine, a darker complexion than mine. Any man or woman or child that has a darker complexion than mine. We claim to live in a democracy, when rich people can ask how much do I need to pay to make this law legal, whilst for poor people prison is free. I think Camus had a hard on with this absurdity, and it's all the rigor mortis I'm talking about. And we wonder why Baccarat happens, when we have Donald Trump rallying the Ku Klux Klan, when the British and American government had their hand in the revolution of Iraq and Iran, and they ran to our disenfranchisement. And then when they get here, our media just chastise them. Cause sometimes I feel like this government is holding us captive. When I look around, it doesn't seem like anyone has Stockholm Syndrome. We must enjoy the fact that we have limited rights granted, more rights taken away, as if we have to bargain for our freedom. This is why I'm irate, as I do not rate the modern day embodiment of this fascist caliphate, blind leading the blind, for them to shoot on sight any single man or woman or child that has a darker complexion than mine. A darker complexion than mine. Thank you. Damn. I'm not gonna lie, that's such a surreal experience to have you guys around. You're so phenomenal. Yeah, for the next piece, I'm actually gonna ask who had teenage angst when I was a teenager. Yeah. I used to be a very angry teenager, believe it or not. I used to get in so much trouble. I'll be the kid that will put chewing gum on the teacher's chair, hoping that she would sit on it, and she always did. But the older I got, I realized why I felt like this, all of this anger, all of this sense of almost teenage angst. And I wrote this because I realized why I was so angry. So this poem is called Shark Teeth, which is a representation of why I felt insecure and angry at the same time. Do you reckon you guys can get a vibe for that? Yeah? You look very confident. Growing up, I had teeth like a shark. Would barely smile, fearing the remarks in secondary school, where I used to be called fuck ugly, so ugly. It was no wonder my entire family didn't even want me. Yeah, don't worst, I'm hard, man. Felt alone like Tarzan in the jungle. Your mind would rumble when you're emotionally starved, and being parentless, well, it's like learning how to swim with punctured armbands. Attempting to lift the weight of this adult world with these glass hands. I couldn't stand up for myself as I was made from Sam L. Jackson's bones. Left to atone at another foster home with the sins I've inherited. Unlearning a hateful prerogative. Using anger as a sedative. The red mist overexposes the negative. Serial nightmares I may turn out like some of my relatives. And if the world's gonna reject me, then fuck me. This hate, I might as well embellish it and relish the fool. When I throw a table at a teacher and say catch. All because I sell an animosity towards these soul patchaways held back at lessons. The smart ass asking the difficult questions. Detained in detention when quite frankly all I wanted was some extra attention. I thought these teachers were here to entertain me whilst at home. I had PTSD, visions of Guernica, destroying every single household furniture. The pot bowls over to the playground, and the glass shatters but it doesn't make a sound when my fist goes straight through a window. And a crimson waterfall was created from the back of another kid's skull, because anger unleashed and with no control leaves you feeling with this dread after every single blow. Because anger unleashed and with no control leaves you feeling with this dread after every single blow, and you resuming the decline to the lowest of lows. Resuming the decline to the lowest of lows. Resuming the decline to the lowest of lows. Cause what I wanted to do was just crack a joke and smile. But it's been a while since I did. Last time I did they winced, and I still haven't been able to smile since. See, all I wanted to do was just crack a joke and smile, but it's been a while since I did. Last time I did they winced, and I still haven't been able to smile since. Amazing. So, I'm gonna finish it off with a piece about love. Who's in love in the room? Only one person. Who wants to be in love in the room? Yeah, that's more like it. No disrespect to you guys, yeah. Have your love, that's great. But I wrote this. This is the first poem I ever wanted to perform in poetry, because I wrote about a woman. Didn't get the woman. Oh, thank you. I like that. But at the same time, you get something incredible such as this piece of art. So I wrote this. I got frustrated with quite a lot of people who wrote about women as in different genres of music. For example, you have like a woman who's punk and she's a skateboarder, or a woman who's R&B who's basically a woman who's R&B. And so I decided it would be interesting to put my exes into different formats of music. Yeah. I'm very sure. So this one is called Cassette Tape. Yeah. She's a cassette tape. When she gets tangled up loose, I'm the one that just sets her straight. Despite her square, solid frame, one snap of the strip and she goes insane, rigorously circulating the same section but added emphasis. A novice mentalist, faking the persona of a plutonic pacifist, purposely provoking me to clench her. And she's the one that sucks all the air out. And with nostalgic views, you can presume both hoes get used, and that's without a doubt. Cause there were times we got down to the beat. Doesn't have the capacity to put this moment on repeat. As she's the byproduct of breakable plastic, the tendency to bellow hymns on the extreme side of melodramatic, the inclusion of cheese, but she wasn't even climactic. Recycle with ease, no longer a fanatic. No longer a fanatic. But then I met a curvaceous CD. And with a beam of light, I knew she wanted to see the D. And more recently, if I foreseen her impending reaction when I just slot it in. But don't devour the ears of next kin, because in this hour she's being taken for a spin. The suspense when you wait for her song to begin, and then the bass blends with the goosebumps in my skin. And then within a beat of an eardrum, I've committed multiple unethical cardinal sins. Cause she gives you this ability to skip to the best part, where you covet for the cover of dark. But power as a lifeline scratches her down. It distorts the wavelength to coherent sound. To meant to buy her indecisive moment. Music she brought is no longer profound. So I guess I have to return it to the shelf. Cause how can I be with someone who's a fallacious reflection of myself? Cause how can I be with someone who's a fallacious reflection of myself? Oh, okay, cool. I thought he was gonna do the solo. I was getting ready for it. I'm doing it. This is the last verse. But then I was introduced to vinyl. Understated essence, but allowed arrival. A foreign album that only speaks in analog. I'm searching the white sleeve she came from, but she's missing a prologue. As she wears a labyrinth of scars embedded in the middle. I'm a puff of fish as I feel so large, but yet so little. As I watch her turn in rhetorical riddles. And she cripples the ground beneath my feet until I'm flung back into my seat whilst I'm battling itchy feet. And she revolves to evolve. Absolves my need to feel old in a one swift twirl. Dissolves my soul and places me in a wax-made mold. So we both now play music that is both rich and bold. And we can change the RPM so we're in sync together. And display that sound to all those who wish to gather around, embrace the good vibes together. Vibing and struggling towards a happy ever after. Cause she's what a cassette aspires to be, as well as the MP3 and the CD, an ornamental display of authentic quality, and in my opinion, what true music should be. She's what true music should be. She is what true music should be. Give it up for George Lauren! Wow. Guys, give it up again for George Lawrence. Come on, that was our first act. Start as you're ready to go on. Okay, cool. Leif, can you give me some little goodness? Just give me some little goodness. Wow, man, George is tall. Mic stands. Right, are we ready for our next act? Okay, well look, I am so excited to bring this next poet on, mainly because she's actually been to a couple of the groove verses before, so she knows the vibe, and she really was very, very keen to come up onto the stage. She puts a lot of stuff to music, which is exactly what I look for when we're choosing the poets. She is an incredible talent, and I just want everyone to give a massive, loving round of applause for the wonderful Léoni!
Here, maybe a little bit lower. Hello, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I can't see anyone from up here, so I'm gonna pretend you're my bedroom. But yeah, have a little hydration is key. Hey, Wow, I'm so happy and so gassed to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me to come here tonight. I'm sorry about my voice, my sinuses, I'm a little sick, but the show must go on, hey. I'm gonna jump straight in. So this first piece I'd love to do for you, kind of one of my favorite pieces that I've written actually, and during the first lockdown, I became very obsessed with just walking all the time and watching the sunrise and the sunset every day, and I just became like infatuated by the sky and kind of fell in love with the sky. So I call this one Love Letter to the Sky, aka Cotton Candy Creamy Lover. Cotton candy clouds come melt in my mouth. My tongue can swirl into your pastel pink, baby pink, till you ink your violet, your lilac, your lightness can press into my shyness, opening up my mind's mess to a stream of content, fresh means to reset beams on wondrous dreams. So serene, the heart creams, 'cause the other half seems to be blending into nothing. The sun is now touching, clutching, I've begun to breathe. You're wrapping my needs, shaking my knees, smearing underneath, oozing your mother's peace into creases I didn't know existed, twisting with the wind's bliss. Clearing the conscious mist with your kiss, spraying orange across my lips. I look forward to our morning dip when your light breaks across. When your light breaks across. Hey, hey. I know you'll keep me locked in till we melt away like frosting, lost in deep summer haze. Stay, suck me into your body's wave till we exhaust our force with no remorse but the source to adore our momentary course between blue sheets. Cheeks turning peach, floating on white streaks. You're the phrase, it's so sweet. Your rays peek through to meet mine, and every time, by no surprise, I grow weaker. Butterflies fill up inside. You know I won't leave ya. I promise I will be here when your tears fill up this sphere. I will be here for your morning. There'll be no yawning, 'cause I can't miss your calling. The bliss of cherries lightning, igniting fire lost within, glowing to begin. I will be here through your 24 blinks. I'll catch you as you rise, and I'll catch you as you sink, forgetting what it means to think. Come, let me taste before it's too late. There's nothing I want more than to soar with your every second. Is this the right path to the doorway to heaven? 11, 11. You're raining fluorescent. You've caught me with the sight of your waning crescent, reminding there's no life but what's in front our eyes at present. The beauty of your essence giving lost the wisest lesson. It's just us. No matter how much dust creeps up above, that won't stop your love. You're shining to keep the heart aligning, divining true energy, crying out in unity. I'm meant to see, it's meant to be. The peace is taking over. The beast releases thunder. Yellow breeze is undercover. There's no moment like the other. You're my cotton candy creamy lover. Hey, hey. You're my cotton candy creamy lover. Hey, hey. Thank you. that was beautiful. Thank you so much. That was so nice. This next one, I'm gonna change up a little bit with my style. Can I get like a classic, just like a classic beat? But, yeah, wait. That's not good. Yeah. A rap. Yeah, okay. Ooh. Can we chill it down a little bit? A little bit chiller, yeah, that's sweet. Yeah, thank you. Okay. So this next one I wrote after smoking a joint, and actually didn't make me feel too good. I kind of went into some paranoia and anxiety. It must have not been good marijuana. And yeah, and then I went on to thinking about getting high, and this is what came. Don't worry about what you said. Conversations flying in and around the head. Conversations now lost in the depths. Paranoia craves your gaze, and you're spent changing the past, which cast its spell already and had you play it steady. There are many, many days, many, many ways to say words and express to be heard. Sounds to be molded into earth verse. Stop spinning out, chords spilling out, pouring, dripping out the mouth. You were just being honest, being you, being true. When the dude takes a toke on your mood, it creates a different set of clues. Am I in tune or bumbling through? Stumbling across rocks, leaking out a green hue. Fumbling under shots fired, crying you're here and surviving. From the moment you broke out your cocoon, you were dying. Well, that's one way of looking at it. There's no shying away that we're living here to play. Keep sending the shivers my way, cause it helps me to create. I hate to say it, but with these verses I will make it flipping, cause it's on the pages. Got my wand spitting out the phrases. What a spelling mistakes, they're just spells in the making. Taking what's waking up inside. You're chewing hard on your Kinder Surprise. Stop living in disguise, cocktails reveal the lies. Lots of tales, heal your pride. Elixir caught your third eye, mixed you into the night by the highs, by the magic elves. They sprinkle their sugar from the top of the shelf into every single one of your cells. You get tricked, hell doesn't exist. There's no shell, this is bliss. Can't you tell that I'm living on the shit? Skip 17 blinks and you're drowning down the sink. Your existence inside is crawling up the sides, trying to survive. You're swimming on the brink, turning while you think. Are you forgetting that within is your inner sphinx? Polish up your wings, you got a lot to bring. Like the poppies in the spring, they're popping up discreet, cause they need a lot of heat to survive in the streets. Keep your mind in the peace. You're getting misty in the pupils. Clean up your spectacles. I could lose it all. I could lose it all. I could lose it all. All my rules in one hit, a long sniff. You can't miss. I could lose it all. All my rules in one sniff, a long hit. You can't miss. You can't miss. Thank you. Can we just kind of keep going? Sweet. I'm sitting in a room. I'm sitting in a room. I don't know what to do. I'm sitting in a room, I don't know what to do. I wanna get high, medicate with time disappearing. Maybe I should meditate, take my soul to a higher place. In a sober state I'm feeling. Every day I'm breathing. Every day I'm breathing. Every day I get up to see, what this world has to offer me. Don't sink back into the sheets, cause I'm living, I'm chilling, I'm killing lungs, I'm daydreaming under the sun, and I'm cleaning, I can't stop cleaning. Every day I'm cleaning. What is this world that I'm dealing with? Society got me feeling a little bit shit. Society got me feeling shit. Just roll me up in some paper and smoke me away. I've been trying, living in society with all these mugs defying me. You gotta lock up your boundaries and slip through town to the green trees. I've got this life I'm trying to lead. You big bee, stinging skin, zip zap one after another and ping, thrown across lands of sin. A band's drum bangs to begin. Sprinkle sand into the glass of your sunny side arse-lick gin. Pour a mask into the wide-eyed pearly white grin. Your time with me is running thin, cause I'm just sieving what you're giving. Do you believe what I believe? We're living and receiving. The universe isn't teasing. I said the universe isn't teasing. The moon and earth keeps us breathing. The moon and earth keeps us breathing. It seems a little silly, but believe me, it is really not too hard to not conform to our society's path. Strip it all away. What do you have to say? Strip it all away. What do you want to do with your day? Now put it all back, cause that's not realistic. Playing devil's advocate and being facetious, but what's the difference in the words that I'm saying? There's got to be some balance in this life that we're playing. I'm just saying, it's okay if you feel like praying. Feel like your walls are breaking. A part of you has died and you're not levitating, elevating. I recommend a meditation. Go outside, close your eyes, listen. There is nothing here that you are missing. You are breathing. Attachment is a thought and feeling that can cause us bleeding. Thank you.
Okay, very, very good. We've had George Lawrence and we've had Léoni. I'm just going to go straight on to the next act. Next coming up onto the stage is a guy who goes by the name of Nate the Lyricist. Very excited to have him in the room tonight. He's going to absolutely kill it. He's performed at the Edinburgh Fringe. He's performed at Hella Festival. Give it up for Nate the Lyricist!
All right. Peace, everyone. How's everyone doing? Yeah? Right, it's bright up here, you know. Like, it's proper bright. Nice. I like that. So I'm gonna try a brand new piece that, when I say brand new, guys, I finished it at 3 a.m. today. Yeah. So, you know, I might like pull my phone out halfway, but I'm gonna try not to. So yeah, man, this piece is on the subject of mental health. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. Obviously, you know, we just had mental health awareness month, guys. Yeah, anyone notice that? Yeah. Cool. So, you know, Scorpio season, mental health awareness month. You go shout out my Scorpios. Where you there? Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's a heavy season, and in order to deal with it, you know, I decided to write this piece. So, I hope you guys enjoy it. These guys are so yo. All right. I wake up, or do I? Fuck today. I feel like that's all I woke up to say. Fuck today. The room is reeling. I know this feeling. Stomach twisting. Stop resisting. Fuck this, man. Stop the world. I want to get off. I feel like crying. I feel like dying. I'm dizzy, but my hands instinctively reach out for the 360 controller and the room stops rotating. Ingenuity which deserves an ovation, but me standing today is a no, Satan. It's the 11th hour and I'm still horizontal, moving slowly, knowing full well that this Xbox can't console me. I curl up, consumed by despair. Why me here? I'm feeling less rational by the second. My reflection's eyes are threatening. I don't feel good. Maybe I just need some air. Yeah, or maybe I just need to stay my ass on this side of the door. The way I'm feeling, I might just stumble in front of a bus. I should probably stay indoors and show myself some love. I need someone, not sure who, but not anyone will do. I need music, I need weed. That's exactly what I need. I find respite in the familiar rhythm of the roll. And each pensive pull helps my breathing to slow. But if there's one thing I know, it's that green could never wash away blues. Peace has to come from inside of you. That said, a green could turn me aquamarine. And with my water moon, that's my sort of tune. Music with a message. I listen as this cue quickly expresses, this too shall pass. So just light the grass. That said, it's now 4 p.m. and I've done nothing with my day. It was not supposed to be this way. I once heard a poet, whose name I never knew, say, the opposite of depression is expression. So I do all I can do. I grab my pen with the intent to transmute. My hands move like a man possessed, the spirit both damned and blessed. I bar like the black sheep I've always been. Alone in my room, quietly drawing the anxiety from inside of me and turning my pain into poetry. Crafting art from the pangs in my heart, turning my melancholy into something that benefits everybody. I write like I understand what's wrong, but don't. I mean, I do. I know depression, he knows me too, but what the fuck, man? This motherfucker came through like I owe him money. Oh, you lot thought that was funny? You see me rhyming on a mic. I see me fighting for my life. Keeping it real though, if we clock the score, this is not a fight I've ever lost before. Armed with affirmations, I am capable of conquering this crappy mood. I am capable of anything. I am surrounded by love. And for that alone, I am fortunate. I am talented. I am blessed. And I will live to see my goals accomplished. Thank you. Up to the band, man. I've got so much time for these guys. You are crazy talented. Like, seriously, I've performed with a couple bands before, but not to be biased, this is my favorite so far. I can't even lie. Like, you guys are on point. Like, real talk. Okay, the next piece that I'm gonna do for you guys today is the first track on my album, actually. So, you know, if anybody would like to get a copy, come see me afterwards and I'm gonna give you a copy of my album. Okay, come and grab some. I got bare of them. Yeah. Okay, this piece is called Ode to Malcolm. So I wrote this piece for AWF, for the African World Federation, and I wrote it at the commemoration of Malcolm X. I forget if it was his birthday or the commemoration of his death. But, you know, it was one or the other. They were holding a celebration for Malcolm X, and, you know, I was asked to perform. I wrote this piece. It's called Ode to Malcolm. So I hope you enjoy it. Any Malcolm X fans in the building? Yeah? Okay, excellent. That's what I'm talking about. Ready when you are, guys. Do you want me to start, or do you want to kind of... Yeah? What you just did was great. Just, you know what I mean? Like, oh, do you know what? I'll start and then you lot just come in when you're ready, yeah? Okay. You may know me as Nate the Lyricist. But my name was once Nathaniel Francis. Francis. Until this skin I'm in got me thinking, King, I need answers. I'm not French. I look back and see my story enshrouded in colonialism's stench, and it's up to me to clear the air, so I'm understandably incensed. There's power in a name. A name comes after I am. Why should I adopt the name of a white man? I am not responsible for the slaughter of families, the raping of innocence, the theft of culture and the proliferation of ignorance. I am no Francis. Nah, that's disrespect. Such was the message of our brother Malcolm X. See, there was a time, but a few generations back, where a brother and his sister would be separated. One renamed as Smith, one renamed as Wallace, both brainwashed and re-educated. The slaver's name was passed through generations to this day. And for helping me to see that, I think Malcolm must be venerated. To those of us who bear these names like Charles, Peter, and William, I implore you, take no pride in these names that you were given. Acknowledge the attempt to disconnect you from your heritage and revolt. Revolt, family. For we have the power to be a generation of revolutionaries if only we would revolt. We are the children of architects, astronomers, griots, and agriculturists. What culture is this that enforces integration upon those who would assist? Let Malcolm's example remind you that change, revolution, begins within. Don't just blindly accept your environment. Hear me, Empress. Feel me, King. Teach the younger generation of the power they can claim. When you have children, be sure to inject power in their names. My name was once a legacy of a people harshly oppressed. Now my name tells a new story. Signed, Nathaniel X. Thank you. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do one more for you lot. If you want more, then obviously vote for me, innit? You get me, yeah? This one, I'm gonna go for that vibe we spoke about outside, yeah? So we're gonna try and go for like a little J. Cole kind of vibe. If you lot can do that, so I'm gonna do something a bit more. My name is actually Nate the Lyricist, you know, and obviously I've done 2 spoken word pieces for you guys, so I wanna do something a bit more lyrical. This piece that I'm gonna perform to you, honestly, is my favorite piece. Do you know what I mean? So I love performing it. I perform it. I feel it's normally one of the first pieces I perform. Maybe a little bit slower. Hold on. Let me think of a tempo for you. Hold on. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this piece is normally the first piece that I perform anywhere I go. It's called Daddy Issues. Okay. I feel like normally when I perform this piece, it's like once you've heard this, you kind of know me a lot better. Do you know what I mean? Because you understand my story, you understand where I'm from, you understand how I came up. You understand, you know, like what it was that caused me to be here with you today. Do you know what I'm saying? As I said, this is one of my favorite pieces. I'm not gonna talk too much. I'm just gonna get started. And large up to the band once more, man. Yo. I'll never rate a man that beats women. In fact, I'm more the type to leave a brother's teeth missing. See, I grew up around a father that I couldn't figure. I'd rather call myself a bastard, you could call me bitter. I saw my dad beating every girl that moved in. Truthfully, a youth for me would muse on why they'd choose him. Daddy gave me siblings, but he stepped out on the sisters. Left me with religion, a stepdad, and some issues. I guess it's repercussion when a kick becomes a symbol. Recognize a snare, don't just stick because it's simple. Being ride or die doesn't mean you died to ride. It was music to my ears when a hit would make him single. Stuck inside his crib, little baby hit the bottle. Once I outgrew my patriarchal role model. Frequent use of alcohol would hinder his progression. Send him on a high, then it would lick him with depression. My daddy was a hustler, made his money fast. So the weekends that I saw him, we would always have a blast. But feel my mood swing when I open up my scars, cause I feel the deepest hate when I think about my past. I become reclusive, focused on my music. When I concentrate, I can squeeze creative juices. Candor on the stage, see I find it therapeutic to stand up on the stage and say my father was abusive. Truth is it's productive when you think back and reflect, cause now I've spent a lifetime treating women with respect. Trust me, if we kicked it, you would see I'm not a threat, cause I'm only trying to beat once I deep your intellect. A past I can't forget spells a future unforgiving. But the path that I was set is not the truth that I am living. See, a father figure, I figured my father isn't. So I learned to be a man by doing all the things he didn't. So spare me your applause when you see me holding doors. You ain't gotta date me cause I treat you like a lady. When I'm deep in thought, I hear the black woman is God. And I must say it's wavy that you took the time to save me. You're witnessing a dynasty, reaping what it's sown. My father was a failure, so I'm fighting to atone. Polishing my crown and I'm reclaiming my throne. So I'm good to represent when I have children of my own. Thank you. Up to everybody, man. Thank you so much, guys. You've been appreciated. I've been Nate the Lyricist. You can find me on socials, Nate the Lyricist, okay, on all social media. I also run my own poetry event, which is astrology themed. So if anyone's interested in astrology, then come holler at me and I'll put you on. Yeah, if you love astrology, come talk to me. Yeah? But other than that, you've been amazing. Thank you, guys. Give yourself a round of applause.
Lyricist, everybody! That was amazing. So those are the first 3 guest poets. We've had George Lawrence, we've had Léoni, and we've had Nate the Lyricist. Now, before I bring on our first headliner, I just got to remind you that all of tonight's evening is being recorded, is being filmed. We've got 3 different cameras set up. We're recording all of the audio, and there's a couple ways that you can watch it or listen to it after this exact night. So we have a podcast called Grooveverse, Say It Again, and you can listen to all the live recordings from every poet that has ever come up and done this, and there's some absolutely banging ones. So go and check that out, Grooveverse, Say It Again. Alongside that, on social media at Grooveverse, we put up all of the videos that we've ever filmed. We cut them, we blend between the 3 videos, we mix the audio, it's lovely stuff. So, at Grooveverse on socials if you haven't already checked it out. Now, are you ready for the first feature? Okay. Now, just like we're doing an audience vote, this time, this first feature won the audience vote last time. And she is a incredible talent, part of the Camden Roundhouse Poetry Collective. Honestly, her words speak for herself, so I'm not going to give too much of an intro. She's absolutely wonderful. This crowd loves her. She's back again. Give it up for Rakaya! Fetuga! Where we at? Is that low? Good?
That's good. Hello, everyone. Hi. Oh my gosh, I was feeling a bit nervous sitting there, but it's good to be up here. I'm so happy to be back with all of you. I can't write long poems, so I'm going to share a whole load of them, a whole load of short ones. I'm just going to get straight into it. This first one is called Coconut. Yeah, I'll go straight in. Bismillah. Green skin coconut that brims sweet water like an eye resolved to hold its tears. Green, not brown, because there is more than one stage of coconuts. In Nima, I stand by the coconut cart, lips to its open eye. They don't have straws like they do in Osu, Oxford Street, a road as congested as London Oxford Street, where a coconut is a £6.50 event. Marked with a selfie, pouting African lips for the gram, a tourist experience for the city dwellers. But I'm a tourist in this city too, gulping down coconut water, drinking in every sight and sense of Accra because we only have a week this time. And if the country doesn't drip down my chin, I'm afraid I might forget where I came from. When I'm done and the cool fruit has cried down my throat, I hand the coconut back to the young man whose nose doesn't point at mine but spreads to hug his cheekbones, and I say, Madasi why? Madasi, that's all. Because when it comes to Chui and Ewe, each apple fell a little further from the tree. From Yoruba, we have only pips, stalks, and wide eyes. He hacks the coconut apart, broken in 3, Ghana, Nigeria, Britain. And I use one country to scoop the flesh out of another, and I eat so full of coconut that I must be an eye, resolved to hold its tears, so full of place, yet still irksomely hungry. Thank you. Thank you so much to the band. Thank you. When I was here at the last event, I loved how people were really like directing the band and people had some beats ready. I don't have any beats ready. But this next one, I'd like to lead with drums if that's okay. No, lead with drums. I want you to take center stage, please. I'll start off and then, inshallah we can join. So this next poem is about, it's called Noisy. I actually wrote it for a project that was like a collaboration with a musician, but we were using like train sounds and things like that, so it's great to be able to try it out with something different. But this is about I'm not expecting you to get train sounds, it's okay. No, that's good, that's great, like the rumble. So this poem is actually about hate crimes and visibly Muslim women getting pushed at train stations. Yeah, so this is Noisy. It gets noisy, scraping back headlines from fact. Did you notice? I don't stand too close. It gets noisy, scraping back headlines from fact. Did you notice? I never stand too close. It gets noisy, rolling through a black hole of opinions. You must need saving. Let my nakedness liberate you. Let me translate your pain into English. She thinks we are crying in Opprestani when we're kissing our teeth in hijabi, laughing in niqabi. It gets noisy, scraping back headlines from facts. Did you notice? I never stand too close. It gets noisy. Every time there's an attack, we feel it twice. The sick of the loss and fear of the bite back. When you're a flag for something you never stood for, those who don't know will talk tunnels around who you are and never ask. That's how you paint a monster in your mind's eye. Take all the loud of your hate, let it clump like a sty until your hands are pus that touch a woman you don't know. The real veils are mental. The real veils are mental, the real veils. Did you notice? It gets noisy. I never stand too close. Did you notice? It gets noisy. I never stand too close. Did you notice? It gets noisy. I never stand too close at the station. I don't dance with death on the yellow line. I never stand there. I never stand there. That was sick. I felt like I was in a play. It's like that was great. Thank you so much. Okay, this next poem I'm going to read is called Affirmations. And yeah, it's a sweet, calm vibe. Maybe we can lead with the keys. You are whole, with or without praise, with or without an admiring gaze. If everyone leaves you, you will still come home to yourself. Drink in your existence like hot water and tea leaves. You are enough. Whether you oscillate like candlelight or smoke like incense, even in your burnout, you are sweet. Because each moment, bright or dim, is complete, is yours. You have always been yours. So when you find in a room full of people you're alone, in this soul, in this tender, ancient home, take the love that you asked for in the quiet of your mind and give it back to yourself. Thank you. That was beautiful. You really gave us a moment to meditate there. I love it. Can I get your help with choosing the next poem? So we've got a poem about borders, and we've got a poem about Maya Angelou. So, ooh. Well, okay then. I was gonna do a little votey kind of thing, but I think Maya has spoken. So this is actually about her experience with abuse as a child and how that made her mute. And it took her so long to find her words, but then she became an inspiration for so many, and her words lifted so many people up. So this is about that journey for Maya Angelou. I'll just start and you guys can join in. Cool. Little Maya thought her voice could kill. Vibrations launching off her tongue like the drop and swing of a noose. That's the thing about abuse. It sits like death in your living room, on your cabinets, under your skin. It can wring you dry and file you thin. Abuse will tell you your voice has killed, so you run from your own sound. Guilt pressing on your heart like your feet on the ground, running while lactic acid grows a fireball in your throat. gripping silence like a coat to protect you when silence only neglects you and weighs down the truth. Miss Angelou gave a voice back to that youth, collected herself in her arms and spoke the keys to open mental attics and let countless voices free. Let your words out. Let your words out. The fireball that burns you is amazingly bright. Your voice can draw you out of your permanent night. It's okay to be scared. There is power in fright when it leads to the courage that lets your voice lift in flight. It might feel like the world is closing their eyes, drawing the shutters and dropping the blinds. But I promise you that I value your voice. I promise there are ears that value your voice. I'm sorry I've been part of the world that left you no choice, that laughs too easily, listens shallow, hearts too hollow to hear. But did you ever think that your voice could bring life? Vibrations launching off your tongue like a life buoy swung on a rope. That is the wonderful thing about hope. It makes you determined to swim when you've been keeping afloat. And healing is not easy, letting yourself be heard. But the journey of speaking out starts with one word. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks. So the next poem I'm going to share, I think I'm going to share about two more. This one is called You See Yourself, and it was written in response to a photograph by Wasi Daneju, and it was of another poet called Hodan, and she was just looking at herself in a mirror, just looking really regal. So this was my response to that picture in poem form. I worked with a singer on this as well to kind of bring things together. I'm not a singer myself, but I might try and give it a little bit. Okay, yeah, why not? It's a safe space. I'm feeling the love. I'm gonna try. Plus, I can't see you, so that's a good thing. Bismillah. When I look to us, I see power. When I look to us, I see strength. You are the light of the world, it makes sense. We project so much love, it makes sense. You see yourself rising into this world, the face of Howard's echo. These women have been caressed by the atmosphere since the beginning. Black like Earth's umber, woman like God's rahmah, wombness. Have you seen a black woman's love? Cocoonness that roots and gathers you, that grants you wings. Flying is a must to keep her head high over the lung dust of humanity, coughing up their insecurities on her majesty. Some would rather erase her, than listen to their own souls sing of home when looking into her face, into the deep universe of her eye. This eye reflected in the mirror in her hands, for now she is a person of earthlands, navigating concrete with a head wrap, memory and energy coiled into her cane rose, that when unbraided, spreads like lights, like loving, like obsidian after a volcano. Yes, she is grand in the reflection. Thanking Allah for who she is with an enamored inflection that makes still waters quake and ripple by the river where white boys turn white daffodils have spent centuries seeing themselves without offering a word of hamd. Now is her time to look and fall in love with herself. The her that is she, that is you. And since the beginning, these women have been caressed by the atmosphere, the face of Howard's echo, rising into this world. You see yourself. Thank you so much. I'm gonna share one more poem. Thank you to everyone here who was here last time, like Jade, who voted for me to come back. Yay! But this one, if you were here last time, you would have heard it before. I was speaking to my mom about what I was gonna perform, and she was like, "You have to do box. You have to do box." I was like, "I did it last time, Mom," so they're going to be a bit bored, but she insisted. So this one's for Mom. Thanks, Mom. So this one's like a bit up-tempo, like it's like fun. We can do that. Yeah. Okay, maybe you guys start this one and I'll jump in. Plantain skewers and sweet chili dip chicks. I am the third generation, more lost than the second, but free enough to write poems about it. I am the girls who wear Ankara head wraps to work that dazzle Jane and Paul from HR. I'm the black girls who have never seen African soil, have never run on golden sand. The girls whose homeland is just a figment of their imagination or just the pigment in their skin. And I'm the black girls who go back home all the time, the ones who basically live there too. The African village girls, the African city girls, the African queen of a town in Kumasi as big as Halsden girls. I'm the natural hair movement sisters, the Bantu no flat twisters, that our hair is versatile, relax and weave, that I paid for this hair so it's mine, best believe. I'm the don't touch my hair, I'm the whip it back and forth in my living room, hijab in the street honeys. I'm the melanin mummies, I'm the few your key shaking. I'm the rock and K-pop fans. I'm the showing off, but it's alright, Drakers. I'm the music is haram. I'm the post-colonial studies. They gotta make that monies. The black business, black love, black don't magic, black don't crack chanters. I'm the do I still count as black African girls? My parents are African, I'm British girls. I'm the lost my mother tongue in a burgundy book. A Brexit softback that is changing its colours. This country changes its colours to us every season, rejecting its own children. Us, apple crumble super malt sippers. Us silver hoop socks and slippers. Us multi-heritage polyglot. Us loud, us feisty, us sassy, us not. Us who tick. Black, British, dash African. A square smaller than a fingernail that our persons are layered into. I'm just trying to pull back the skin of that, like an onion, to find out what's inside. This one bulb of the earth will make thousands of recipes. Thank you.
I'm not time for a Fetuga, everybody. That was incredible. Well done. Wow. Okay, so look, that's the first half. We've got plenty more coming up. We've got Louis the Hippie. We've got Tilly Mackintosh, and we've got the incredible Woodzy. So don't go anywhere. We're going to have about a 20-minute break, and there's much more where this came from, all right? So don't go anywhere. See you in a bit. Grooverse! How are we doing, everybody? We all right? Are we ready for the second half? Okay, now before we have two guest poets and our final feature, I have to introduce this incredible band. These guys have been absolutely on fire tonight. Just a reminder, no rehearsals, all right? No rehearsals. So, how we bring on the band here at Grooverse is we bring them on one by one, and I say their names, and they give us a little jam, and we slowly build it up. Mental. So, this guy has been absolutely killing it tonight. Give it up for Jerome Johnson! this night would not exist. The impeccably talented and great friend of mine, Eriksson Kana! Giving us those sweet dulcet tones, it's Axel Kana. Let's go! Tonight, and we got plenty more where that came from. Okay, are we ready for our next guest poet? So we got two more, and then we're gonna do our votes. Okay, so we've got to remember the name still. This guy, you know what? There's so much I could say about this next guy, and I'm gonna let his words speak for himself. This guy is incredibly talented. We are so honoured to have him here at Grooveverse. He goes by the name of Louis the Hippie!
Hello, welcome. What you guys saying? You look good? Yo, the band is dope, innit? I'm really thinking I should have ate before I came on stage, but there's like a window, you have to leave it if you're gonna come on stage, otherwise it just goes a bit blah. So here I am with a microphone in front of me, hungry as hell. Shout out to the band, so I'm gonna do like 3 pieces. This first piece I literally wrote yesterday. So I'm gonna read it off my phone, so I'm hoping my battery doesn't die. It's actually about dating, so I wrote it after a date. So, yeah. But, nah, it's not romantic, it's not like that. It's just about dating, so. Let me just get into it, because... All right, cool, let's go. Shall I wait, or shall I just get into it? It's a bit, I don't know, I suppose it's a bit fun, innit? So just like, it's the one where I said about the break. So just maybe just like a bit fun and calm, and then, I don't know, you can't tell a plumber how to do a job, can you? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Turn up to your kitchen, you're like, yeah, mate, just twist the sink. You're like, what? Alright, cool. So let me just start with this. So it's a whole dating thing. You get it anyway. So my whole thing with the dating shit, it gets so long, and I think it's an energy draining type of process, right? And you see me, I'm kind of big on the whole energy thing. Like, I can't just be like, oh, I'm talking to you and you. Anyway, let me just get into it, because I want to talk my ass off. Yo. So it goes like this. Yo. Hey, how are you? I'm Louis, I'm 32. What do I do? Well, a few things. You see, this dating game is a bit too ghetto, and I weren't born for it. Too many times repeating the same questions and same answers. Like, can't we just record this shit? Hit me. Hey, I'm Louis, how are you? I'm 32. What do you do? Well, I do a few things. You see, it's not so much the dating thing. It's the energy it takes to maintain this thing. And it's the countless introductions, the amount of times I've asked, oh, what's your favorite color? Like I give a fuck about your favorite color. Hit me. Hey, how are you? I'm Louis, I'm 32. What do I do? Well, I do a few things. Have you ever had to try drag a conversation that clearly doesn't seem to be moving? And you don't want to be too harsh, so you give it another chance, but it shows no signs of improvement. Like, have you ever had a spark and you thought it might be a flame and it ended up just being a really bright light? And you end up leaving there, you're like, what the fuck? And 3 months down the line, you barely remember their name. But oh, what a shame, that's the game. Hit me, Hey, I'm Louis, how are you? I'm 32, what do you do? Well, I do a few things, you see? So what are you looking for? Nothing crazy, just something that doesn't remind me of something else I've been through before. So what are you into? What have you learned? Do you know yourself? Have you done your shadow work? Do you know your trauma? Have you got your shit in order? Because I've got a few of my own, thank you, hit me. Hey, how are you? I'm Louis, I'm 32. What do I do? You see, I love hard. I'm secure yet sensitive. Some people say I'm funny. I just think that shit's repetitive, but hey, how are you? I'm Louis, I'm 32, and I'm tired of this shit. Aren't you? Hit me! Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so I wrote that yesterday. I didn't kind of like today, so I was kind of like, yeah. Is it alright? You guys like it, yeah? Alright, cool. Alright, so, oh shit, I feel a bit, that's calmed my nerves a little bit. Maybe it's the wine, I don't know. Anyway, I swear, I'm just gonna end up talking here, so let me just do some pieces. I don't know how much you made it to do. So, this next poem's called Pain, and I wrote it when I was in pain. I'm not good with naming my poems. That's the last thing on my mind when I'm writing this shit down. So yeah, it's kind of one of those ones. I don't know. I think it's quite fortunate for people that are able to express their emotions, because if I wasn't able to do that, I don't know, so many people in this world would be seriously hurt because I don't have any other outlet. So it's interesting. You know what? Let me go to the whole breakdown after I do the piece, because there's like a whole, let me just get into it. Anyway. Okay, we can do something nice. But it's not, so it is kind of sad, but it's not like mad sad. It's like, it's sad, but it's not like, it's still like, there's gonna be, I don't know, fuck it, do it there, you know what I mean? There's me talking to the phone again, telling me how to fix the kitchen. All right, cool. That's nice, I like that, cool. Can you guys hear me in that, yeah? Is it all good? Hope you remember it. Cool. Pain must be our favorite location because we always seem to revisit it like yesterday. I knocked on Pain's door and I said, hey, excuse me, but you used me as a vehicle for you to use to fulfill your vow to be emotionally violent. I came to you as strong as a nation and you merely reduced me to an island, and I demand an apology. Pain said, oh, here we go. First of all, no! You want an apology, look at you, acting like nations haven't been conquered. I have annihilated nations twice your size. What made you think you'll get an easy ride? You came to me and I tarnished your so-called throne, but my name is Pain. This is what I do, let it go. I knocked again like, Pain, since when were you so cold? I rid the waves with hope that we could swim at very least we could float instead. Instead, I drowned. And it was you that pushed your waves onto my boat, and I demand an apology. Pain said, oh, here we go. First of all, no. Listen. Beneath me is just sea. I've drowned whales to worlds. I treat sharks like goldfish. You ain't seen the Titanic, no? Because my name is Pain. This is what I do. Let it go. I had my head down and I had to let go, but I swear down, you have to believe me because the further I walked away from pain's door, the more I felt it leave me. Seriously, I was knocking on pain's door, waiting for it to change. What pain does, what pain has always done, it spreads and it infects, giving those who receive the disease. So I decided that day, instead of revisiting pain, trying to change what pain does, I'll just leave it be. Stop knocking on pain's door, it doesn't live there to heal you. Pain. Yes, I wrote that when I was in pain, didn't it? That's pain. Yeah, I can't even sing, man. This shit makes me want to sing, you know? Like, I just want to, the fuck? That red wine is not a Melback, but it's fine. You know what it is? You see with that poem, that pain, yeah? And this was a deeper thing. I actually think you shouldn't allow people to come into your life and destroy your whole fucking sense of being to the point where you're making poems like that about them, innit? So it's like, if people are gonna come in your life and be cunts, mind my language, I am from the East End. If people are gonna come in your life and be cunts, allow them to do that, but don't keep revisiting that, oh, why was you such a cunt to me? Like, they done that, it's cool. But again, don't allow people to come in your life and make you feel such a way where you're writing stuff about them or you're gonna have to take time out. Like I had to take some days out for you. Anyway, I think this one's gonna be my last one. This is the last one I remember off the top of my head. This poem's called Mum. Obviously it's about my mum, innit? I told you I don't really name my pieces, innit? It's just, it's about my mum. Alright, cool, let's go with it. No. I'm trying to think. This one's probably a little bit more emotional. It's a bit sad. Yeah, but not sad. Obviously, it's about my mum. She's, it's not a sad poem, but it's more, don't know. Gripping. You know what it is with men? Every time we've been emotional, we think, oh, this is sad. It's like, no, bro. There is other emotions that aren't the sadness where you feel. Anyway, let me just stop talking. Okay, what should we start with? I don't know. You guys just kind of, yeah. It's kind of like chill. So, okay. Is this in an E major? No? I'm joking. Mountains bow to her, nations declared war when they found her. She, the gem. Everywhere she goes, a sense of grace follows. To you, I'm always a student. I loved you when I pictured you a goddess, but I never really appreciated you until I saw you a human. And with all your flaws, I'm still in awe. Like, how did you lead me through the dark when you wasn't even sure of the road ahead? And when you were running on the empty, that's when you truly gave more. And you see, you aren't made of anything special. I mean, you are as ordinary as all the other Amazon women that shaped and changed this world. I mean, you are as ordinary as all the other women that came before us, and I've taken you for granted. Thinking you were made of magic, assuming you were floating on this majestic level. It wasn't until I realized you were just a regular human being I said, damn, this is special. Mistakes justify all the times you tried. You see, I thought you had the heart of 1,000 horses when I saw you run. Little did I know you were tired. And every time you cried, my world flooded. Your tears were oceans to me, and I was always chasing waterfalls. I always thought you had the kindness of an angel. It wasn't until I saw you were just a regular woman. I said, damn, this is beautiful. I see men and women every single day, but there's something about you that is slightly unusual. And for that I apologize. I should never have assumed. When I saw you flying from building to building, I just thought, well, that's what superheroes do. Because you see, my problem is I've been spoilt by greatness. I've come accustomed to amazing. I always thought that cape was part of your costume. I never saw you changing, and for that, I apologize. For that, I apologize. I was too busy assuming. You see, I loved you when I pictured you as a goddess, but I adored you. I adored you when I realized you were only human. Mom. Thank you. Yeah. You know what it is as well, like, I mean, I've got a daughter, right? 4 years old, 4 going on 24. And you don't even like clock how much effort it is actually being a parent. I mean, I'm not one, like, I'm an active dad. I see my kid all the time. But anyway, it's none of your business. But you don't realize how draining it is actually being a parent. Like you've given life to someone, so you give your life to someone. That's how it's meant to be. I mean, my dad wasn't about, I won't talk bad of him anymore because he died, rest his soul. But still, you know, this parenting thing ain't easy, and I don't think sometimes, assuming you guys had decent parents in your life, unfortunately you don't, and if you didn't, then I'm sorry for that, honestly. But sometimes you don't realize the type of things parents actually go through, and the type of hats and capes they wear, and it's only when you become a parent, you're like, bro, you done all this for me! For me! And I turned out to be a cunt. Look at me, thank you very much. I'm Louis the Hippie. You guys have been amazing, thank you. Shout out to the band is dope. You guys are amazing, thank you, man. Give it up for Louis the Hippie! Absolutely phenomenal. Louis the Hippie, well done, guys. That was amazing, man. Woo! Okay, we got one more guest poet, and then we're going to do a quick audience vote, and then we've got our final feature, which is the incredible Woodzy. So, guys, we've got 2 more poets for you. Now, you don't want to hear from me. The next person we got coming up, the last guest poet, is the funny, the beautiful, the very talented Tilly Mackintosh!
Tighten it, babe. Thank you. Hi. So remember at the top when Henry was like, so we normally pick guest poets who do a lot of poetry with music. I've never done poetry with music. So let's see how this goes. How sick has this lineup been, by the way? Fuck, you know. So I'm really sorry to be the person to get up here and talk about the C word. But this first poem I'm going to do is about this summer, this year, which was the weirdest time ever. Do you remember, like, the tears and the tears and the lockdown and the times when you could just go out with your housemates and all that stuff? It's about that, and it's called Making the Best of It. It's like conversational, and my boyfriend said say 140. No, please no. Please no. I know that's wrong. I know nothing else. No. It nearly happened. No, it's like just ambling and conversational. Let's go with that. Okay. Summer 2021. And everyone's like, we've rented this lovely little renovated doghouse in the countryside. It's got a stripped back kind of vibe. I just feel like crawling into my accommodation at night really keeps me grounded. We're all grounded. Looking disapprovingly at planes crisscrossing the sky whilst trying to remember what it looks like outside the M25. Remember when it was as simple as just staying inside, buying loads of wine and trying not to die. Now we're in and out of isolation like indecisive mollusks, clutching at the bright side as each new disappointment dawns, pretending the forlorn remnants of our wedding are just how we wanted it to be. Really, the groom is more a luxury than a need. Now we're dipping in the sea of our cold grey shores. If I see one more fucking picture of Durdle Door, it might be the final straw. And everybody's eating oysters in Whitstable like it's the law. You're not a pioneer, you're just a bougie bore. This is stranger than the part when we had to eat outdoors, wearing salopettes and wetsuits like dining was a sport. Or when we could only hang out with our household, boldly showing up at the pub, looking deadpan, accompanied by Madonna, RuPaul, and our Nan. Or when they said smokers wouldn't catch it. And for the first time since the ban, we felt smug and not ashamed. Stranger than when we banged pots and plans. We cringed at the memory of how our hearts sang as the tinny clangs rang out across the rooftops. Now, we gag on cotton buds so we can queue outside the club gleefully, like a crowd celebrating an offside goal prematurely, like the makers of La La Land and their mistaken Oscar, or the lost Titanic orchestra soaring at their sinking strings. We cling to the life raft of normality with our trauma in tow, sort of wishing someone would just make us go back home, take us back to a time before lateral flows, before our hopes and dreams began to decompose and our expectations plummet, and we found ourselves on holiday in a jacuzzi made out of a bucket. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, my set's going to be short and sweet. I've got two more quite short ones, and they're from, I just have to draw this distinction for some reason obsessively between poems that I say as spoken word and poems that I write to be read. So these are two poems that I wrote to be read, but I'm going to say them. This next one I'm going to do is, I guess it's about forgiveness. It's about forgiveness, and it's kind of slow still, but slow, but I'll start. I lie on melting tarmac on the terrace. Tomato plants are growing yellow round my head. I draw you a primrose on a card I never send. I want to say, look, I didn't die. I didn't die, I lived. I live here now, in this raucous, breathless bit of town. I wear florals and Fiorucci angels. Talk too much at parties. Wonder if you would have loved me more like this. Wonder if it'll always feel a bit like I left a part behind on the stairs. A small package, a stray sentence, a loose hair. I drink every night and think about stopping. Think about you saying, be better. I don't want to be pulled back like a toddler on a tether. You can't be a villain in your own life forever. I send a primrose postcard to my mum. I think of you, undone, crouched in the corner like a fern. I learned to say goodbye to things I set alight and left to burn. I live with it. Imagine this, in flight, up the Holloway Road, coming whitely through your window, spinning the living room to let you know there is nothing left but love, with nowhere to go. Thank you. Thanks. Okay, this is going to be the last one. I'm going to read this one. I told Henry I'd learn all my poems, so it's a tiny, tiny notebook. You can't even see it. I've never performed this one before, ever, and so, the world is our oyster, really. I kind of think maybe we should just go more up-tempo. It doesn't really suit it, but let's try it. So I'm going to read it. It's quite old. It's going to go in this collection that I'm writing. And yeah, maybe not like woo, wild tempo, but like middle. Yeah, because otherwise everyone was going to be asleep. 140 is perfect. Okay, this poem, this is my last poem. This is called The Pink. Your heart is full and open, lily-like. Chain chewing gum, lick your lips and think of spreading underneath him. Rattle and yearn. You become a tower. Learn to cook. Look harder at the places you have lived. Madness and wild ways did not drive him out. You left yourself on your two legs, walking fine, carrying meat. Confessing your disordered eating to a friend, loving repeatedly throughout the day, holding a stranger's gaze. You're giddy about heels and Dior chains. Relax your face. You know we all have days like these, when we come untethered and blow about in the breeze. The things about yourself you fear, your swollen gut, smoking habit, tendency for recklessness, your big, heavy blinking eyes that make you look convex. But don't be afraid of blood banging in your ears of tears. They do not mean insanity. You sewed the seam yourself and can unpick it just the same. The past is water. It flows back to us and settles there like clouds.
Mackintosh, everybody. Right. Now, I forgot to mention that the guest poet not only wins a feature slot, but they also get a bottle of Tesco's finest carver. All right, finest. So that's the kind of level we're working with. Okay, so look, we've had all our guest poets, all right? So now we're going to have 2 minutes of us voting, literally no more. Hannah, put your hand in the air. Hannah is going to be in charge of this aisle, all right? There's Hannah over there. Now look, it's 1 vote per table, and if anyone does a double vote per table, you'll have me to answer to, all right? 1 vote per table. Vote for one of the guest poets. We've had George Lawrence. We've had Léoni. We've had Nate the Lyricist. We've had Louis the Hippie. And we've had Tilly Mackintosh. Tell me or Hannah, I'm going to come up this side, Hannah's going to come up that side, and the band are going to jump out. 2 minutes and we got Woodzy, everybody. Are you ready to give a massive round of applause for the winning guest poet who will be invited to feature at the next event? Let's hope he... Let's hope they can make it. Damn it. Okay. Can we have a drum roll? Drum roll, please. The winner of Grooveverse 3.0 is Louis the Hippie! Come up here, man. Come up here, man. deserved. Well done, Lou and the Hippie. Give it up for Lou and the Hippie. So just a reminder, the next group verse will be on the 2nd of February. We do it every other month. It's the first Wednesday of every other month. Like, that's nice and easy to remember. So that's when to come and check that out. Now, we've got our final feature. And I am so excited. Let me just give you a brief intro to this guy. He quite recently opened up Sky Sports' main event in Wembley Arena for a boxing night. He came out on his mic like, hey, look at me. It was incredible. For the spoken word scene, right? We're all spoken word scenes. We're used to our little sort of relatively small world. This guy was on Sky Sports representing London, and it was absolutely amazing. So, I'm so excited that he's going to close this wonderful evening. Once again, a massive thank you to the band. They've been incredible this evening. Thank you to all of the incredible poets. You guys make this evening, so thank you for doing it. Now, give a huge round of applause for Woodzy!
What's going on, people? We good? All right, cool. We're going to get straight into it, hopefully with something quite funky. I am Woodzy. I am Shahid. I am Broken Pen. I am all of the things that will be said. I am Jake. Just Jake. Jealous just as judge, don't jeopardize justice. Just drink jugs of juice, jingling jewellery when you jump the jumble sales jackpot. I might break my pen from this barring. Tell them jam, like Penn said they're jarring. I'm not in jail and I got a job, so should I jump for joy? Only jump for the junk of Nurse Joy. Knock knock, they wanna kiss kings. Take a break from the Kit Kats and kids kin. Kill Krillin with kindness. I'm your knight in the night and my kingdom is kind. Ish, live, live for lyrics. Loosen my limits, have love for my living. Lies are for losers, but I lie. My lighter won't light. Is this the lifeline or the limelight? Don't take the L. Live life in my lane. Tried to get laid, but I'm too lame. Listen, Lilo, let's go leisure lakes on a lilo. Liaise with lions and learn lessons. Multiply money makes more mischief. Makeshift mazes amaze the main matrix. Me, myself, and more. Mesmerized by memorized messages. Mermaids manipulate a man's memory masterfully. Made more muggles misplaced magic than Merlin merging memories in his masterpiece. The 90s, nostalgia. Neverland and Nickelodeon. Not now, not never. Nearby nerves negatively neglect nerves. Nevertheless, newcomers are normally numb to the numerous nurture and nature of nutrition. Oh, okay. Outstanding observation. Object obligation. Obsessive omens obey only one. Opposites offer other opportunities. Orbit the earth. Orchestrate my offspring to the orchards of Oxford. Plant your palms and plants in the past. Proceed the process, the progress and past possession. Misplaced possession possesses a person's passion. Personally, I prefer perfection personified, but I perfected procrastination so perfectly, but still painted above all my paradise. Paralyzed parasites are parallel patterns to a panther's pride. I practice my precise precision of my pen on the pad. There's peace in my path, I paint with the ultimate pen. My penultimate poem will plead people to play peacefully. Play Pokemon and pick paragraphs that piece together peachily. Quiet, don't quit. Quench the queen's first, Q4. Quick Quidditch, let's cross quarrels quickly this quarter. If you quiz me on my favourite quote, there is quality and quantity in my quill. Quadrilateral rectangular revenues. Revisit the reservoir. Real recognize real. Reading is relaxing. Recording records for radio. Remember Team Rocket? Represent a revolution. I have the secret sauce supplied by SpongeBob SquarePants. Short shorty in short satin shirty. I sadly suffer severe suffering succotash. I stole the Silver Surfer surfboard. Search for the solar system's first source. Succeeded somewhere in Surrey in summer 16. Sweet and sour serenity, surrendering senselessly. I put a sensei in sensational. Say the things we say them all. Trust your thoughts. Treat your teachers. trick your teasers. Tread on the toes of the top trenders. The tender touch of your temple translates into telepathic thunder. Under umbrellas, you're unfit to understand the underworld. Unique unicorns are unusually unaware of the unusual unawareness of the universe. Various vibrations vanish in the vault. Vultures violate violins violently. I venture to the vast valleys and vessels of the verb. They will view my vigorous verses of victory. On the verge of being verified. Wasting wishes on a wishing well when I wish I could have wished you well. Walk on water. Withdraw wisdom. Wizards of Waverly Place was wicked. Wicked witch of the West was worried when wet. Who, where, why, when and what? X marks the spot. In Roman times your ex would have been a 10. You broke up last, Xmas. You don't want to think about those times. No more hugs, no more kisses, cause your ex was a oh, you yelled. Yes, young'un, yo, you are yesterday's youth. You yo-yoed from Yu-Gi-Oh to the yellow pages. I am the zigzag of Zelda lifting the Z-sword mixed with Emperor Zerg, Zinedine Zidane and a Zapdos zest. Can someone please tell I am Shahid that my pen is broken and I need a rest? Thank you very much. Thank you guys. Cool. Can we go with kind of like a lo-fi hip hop chill kind of beat like that? Is that cool? Yeah? Yeah, kind of lo-fi kind of beat. Yeah? Play that. Yeah? Sick. Sick. You want me to start or you guys want to? See you, man. Start. Cool. This piece is called Emergence. I hope you enjoy it. I just wanna live and laugh. Paint pictures with my paragraphs. Fit right in like camouflage. Find me on the greener grass. No other side, I wonder why. I rewrite lines 100 times. I rewind time inside my mind to redefine my inner eye. I lost myself a while back. Funny now I smile at. A younger me, no dungarees, was hungry for lunch and treats. Now I want 100 trees. A bunch of seeds and space to breathe. A piece of peace inside of me, no BFG can read my dreams. We just hit the road, doll. It's getting kinda cold, warm up the mic, absorb the light, I'm born to fly, I'm airborne. This is not my final transformation, but a rare form. Phone's always on flight mode, I guess that's always there, cool. I'm missing and declining. The system's undermining all the poets and the wordsmiths. The herds ain't heard our verses, so rehearse the words and learn this. Turn my verbs and burn the worst bits. Burnt lips, verse this. My notebook's like a furnace. All the heat that I've been birthing. It's about time that I surface. Catch a wave and then I'll surf it. I deserve it. I've been working on myself and how I'm feeling. Focusing my breathing. Coping, I've been dreaming. I've been searching for the reasons why my self-doubt's like a ceiling made of glass and my arms bleeding. See, my heart is on my sleeve, but you can't read the signs I'm feeling. I was healing like I wasn't sick. Always been an optimist. Yeah, been through a lot of shit. The truth hurts if I'm honest. This is me. Searching for the light. Flirting with a mic. Felt like I was drowning, now I'm sounding like I'm fine. Couldn't find myself for hours going round inside my mind. Acceptance of reflection really mirrors with the times. In the eye of the beholder I was showed that love is blind. It's alright to cry sometimes and show the world you're hurting. It's alright to hide sometimes and stay behind the curtains. Cause nobody is perfect, so do what you enjoy. I'm just trying to hear you now smiling with your voice. Be expressive with your words, learning lessons from the noise instead of waiting for your turn, earn some blessings and rejoice. Cause this is what I live for. Poets puzzle people picking pieces from a jigsaw. I'm about to pitch my goals, I'm hoping for a big score. Find me in my happy place, I navigate through big storms. Brainstorming hurricanes, rain falling I'ma take. what is mine, and when I shine, I stay aligned and gravitate. My greatness, I made this writing lyrics on a late shift, creating waves to make these wages, pave the way to play on stages. I got friends all on my playlist, making waves, I pray we make it. Be the change to make a statement, no more waiting. Saving all these words up on my iNotes, writing verses with my eyes closed. I know my flow now worth some recognition. Isn't it ironic? 2020 messed the vision. Yeah, I stopped and could've lost myself. My socials feel all distant. Now it's different. Wishing on some stars so I can start to make a difference. Haven't made it far, but I know art can go the distance. Blisters on my fingers from the things that I've been printing. I've been overthinking thoughts, overthinking more. Now I'm sure this overthinking led to lingering on thoughts. Of course it's gonna happen. On course for applause and a tolerance and balance. Getting bored of games, I've been searching for the ladders. Stay avoiding snakes, the fakes, and most rappers went from being overlooked to getting booked to new chapters. Never trusted actors or an agency. What's left of the matrix, they're all agents. See, and none of this exists. Or does it? You tell me. Peace out. Peace in. Thank you. Cool, so we got any Harry Potter fans in the house? Cool, so every year, obviously at Christmas time, I rewatch the Harry Potters, and this was around 3 years ago, and I was watching the first one, and what Dumbledore's saying about the Mirror of Erised I just found really poetic. And I remember as a kid, I never realized that Erised is desire backwards, and then when I went back, I was like, shit, my mind's kind of blown. So I thought, what if I looked into the Mirror of Erised? What would I see? So yeah, this piece is called The Mirror of Erised. The happiest man on earth would look into the mirror and see himself exactly as he is. This mirror shows us neither knowledge nor truth. Men have wasted away in front of it and even gone mad. Have you ever asked yourself that question? If you looked into the mirror of Erised, what would you see? What do I see? Looking back at me, I see an older me, waving, happily. Here I'm a little bit slimmer, my beard's a bit thicker, but this is just fantasy. Gradually as I look a little closer, I see a bit of scripture written on my shoulder. I can't quite make out the words, I think they read as the following. Keep doing what you're doing. I am your tomorrow king. My eyes catch the eyes of my eyes looking back at me. I might just find that my time happens naturally. My light shines bright, don't go blind. I'm just magically wicked with the lyrics and I will defy gravity. I see me in my happy place. I see that I'm at peace. I made it through those crappy days and finally got some sleep. I made it to the mountaintop, drank youth from the fountain and sprouted crops. I cropped out the negative energy, removed enemies from my memory and the names of the loved ones written on the stones in the cemetery. There's no scars on my head, but I'm the boy who lived. I took my chance like chance, made some laughs for the kids, but craft and graft in my bars didn't make charts on the hits, but I made my mark, no scar. I got a story to give, I got a story to tell. Whether it's about right here, right now, or the person who looks just under 40 in my reflection, I felt I was the same but wiser. I aged, but it's either that or extinction. They say men have gone mad. Looking into the mirror, I wonder if I suffer from those symptoms. See, I aspire to inspire before I expire. Nothing seemed to go right until I left and became a writer. I've had ups and downs and even lost direction. Stopped recognizing my reflection until I started reflecting on myself and my well-being, on my health with my whole beat, on my health with my health being only a state of mind. They find me hard to swallow because I tasted pride. They can keep their prejudice. I'll make your life a roller coaster just for my amusement if you become my nemesis. Remember this: if beauty is in the eye of the beholder, how come I can only see right through you when my eyes are closed? I have closure. What I really see back is myself on a stage, in front of this audience, reciting the rhymes that I got to write on the page. A smile on my face, a specific tone in my voice. What I see looking back at me is my path and my choice. Thank you very much. Let's stay right there. Yeah, let's stay right there, and we're gonna go straight into the next piece from here. This piece, I was asked to write a poem for a TED Talk a couple of weeks ago, and no disclaimer. Yeah, so I was asked to write about climate change and global warming and everything like that. And I didn't know. I obviously know global warming is happening, everything, but I didn't know too much about it. So I went and did some research. I was the only poet on the list, so I thought I'm gonna write a poem, I'm gonna write a spoken word piece and represent for us. So yeah, this piece is called Dear Mum. I hope you enjoy it. Dear Mum, I'm writing again. Here's a letter to you and a line for a friend. We've been trying to be better, but it all feels a little too late now. The earth shouldn't have to quake before the human race has a breakdown. Not all of mankind are kind men. I've spent my greatest moments walking in your garden. Thoughts tangled talking to trees like I'm Tarzan. Fasten your seatbelts. Turn off your engines as penguins see seat melt. This is not a happy feat or the joke on the back of a rapper. It's a little bit of hope despite the lack of a ladder. We try to climb it as climate changes. We might just find it's more than time we wasted. You can't just destroy your home and hope to escape its self-destruction. We need help to function. Change our ways for today's adjustments. I just meant to check in and see how you're doing. I am just one of your billion children. So tell us, Gaia, Mother Earth, as we might not listen to others' words, I hope our sisters and brothers and others learn to take care of the world and what you have birthed. Seeds that were planted are now trees that have branches. Take away E and H as earth is where art is. Rearrange the letters as home is where the heart is. You are the artist. We are just creatures created on your canvas. A university, we are on your campus. Humans belong in nature, so why is it considered human nature to not take care of our planet? How much longer can we manage? Maybe 5p is too much to pay for all of our baggage. So let me tell you what we need. Oxygen from trees, we need that to breathe. We've already lost 80% of our forest. Do we all lack knowledge? Once we run out of air, maybe then we'll acknowledge that we are all trees. You and them and us and me. We are the stream leading to the sea. streaming our songs, singing of our root and our roots and where we belong. Do not let your roots define your route, you should use your roots to find your route. So put down your map, turn off your phone, open your heart but keep your eyes closed. Breathe that in. Feel that power. You are that flower that bloomed in a dark room once you put trust in yourself. You are that poetic justice, just trust it and love yourself. Once you take in that water and sunlight, you'll blossom. No forbidden fruits or forgotten truths. You are that garden of reason, so rise up. Bask in the sun's rays. Plant those seeds of belief that you can believe in and be proud of one day and for all days thereafter. From the roots of love to a gathering of flowers. We always say give people their flowers. On Mother's Day we give flowers. As you spin so gracefully on your axis, we practice these actions to stay balanced. You bring us day and night, rain and light, a way of life. Learning lessons, loose lips, let lullabies flutter by like butterflies. I wonder why we won't worry when wounding our world. I don't mean to sound bitter, but I feel like if Mother Nature had Twitter, she would be like, who on earth are you atting, bruh? Save it. I wish we could all see the world through the eyes of Sir David Attenborough, bruh. You would never want to cause harm to your mother. So why do we not seem to care as we see her suffer? I said, I'm sorry, mama. We never meant to hurt you. We never meant to make you cry, but tonight we're cleaning out the whole world. Peace out, peace in, thank you. Okay, we've got two more. Yeah, this piece, I'm going to give you a love poem. I don't really do love poems, but I feel like if I'm doing something with a jazz band, then maybe my luck might change, you know? So yeah, this piece is called My Library. And when I wrote it, it's actually been a dream of mine to perform with a band like this, so this is a big moment for me. So thank you to Henry for booking me for Grooveverse. I appreciate it. And yeah, we're gonna get into it. This piece is called My Library. Personally, I prefer perfection personified. I feel like I missed out on times, but just in time you arrived like a star in the night sky to guide me. You became that voice on my GPS system, except I can't accept that you could be the same when everybody else is. To them you'd be Alexa, but you're my elixir. I don't want to hear your pure voice, cause I'm just selfish. You could be my opening day fixture full of hope on a new season. You could say the most simple sentence and somehow make that line all Richie and have me dancing on the ceiling. I'm feeling this feeling. Inside your eyes I can define love and all its meanings. I mean, she defines fine the whole meaning of the word. I started off from just reading her blurb, but then I met her adjectives and verbs, found similar similes. I met her for a drink and then I fell in love with words. She was like, what if they saw us? Cause they can read between the lines and pretty soon they'll be asking. I replied with a joke, I'm pretty sure she started laughing. From then I knew she'd be my boo, I had to write this in the margin. See, she loves my index finger. But once she read in-depth past the middle, she wanted me to ring her. I wanna know how she feels, I can't do that if I text her. I said, I wanna know how she feels, I wanna feel her texture. She feels like something that I've never felt before. She makes me feel something that I've never felt before. And bro, that scares me. I mean, I was out here living carefree, not even looking for a partner. I wasn't even asking questions, but from the intro I knew you'd be the answer. You're the book that I could read from front to back, from page to page, turn into a movie or a series on Netflix and hit replay, from back to front or however else you want. I could be deep in that book in page 369, reading chapters for hours, I mean literally all day. She's like, every time you're in me, I scream. Now I got a sorbet. You opened up a doorway to my new favorite place. I'd put myself on the shelves just to be a place in your bookcase or at least on your mantelpiece. I closed the door on the others because they couldn't handle me. I leave my bookmark on every page, leave my stamp on every letter. One day recite you on a stage, but until then, I'ma check out and remain silent, as you are my library. Thank you very much. Guys, make some noise one more time for the band, come on. Cool, so we're gonna do one more piece. I think the band might play some more, I don't know what's gonna happen after. But I got one more poem for you. Also, if you wanna follow me on Instagram, it's at Woodzygram. This is also my merch. I have 2 hoodies with me if you wanna come and chat to me afterwards. And yeah, this is gonna be my last poem. It's probably the poem I'm most known for. It went viral online a couple of years ago. We got any 90s babies in the house? Cool, so this poem is all about growing up in the 90s. If you didn't grow up in the 90s, hopefully you're still gonna get some of the references. But yeah, guys, if you could just something cheeky, I guess. Something cheeky? Yeah? Something cheeky? Yeah, cheeky? Whatever you guys want. I'll start if you want. Yeah? Cool. Cool, so this is my last piece. Thank you very much for having me. And yeah, this piece is called 90s Baby. I was born in 1994. But if I shaved off my beard, you'd probably think I was born in the 2000s or maybe just before. See, back in the 90s for me, everything was easy. From reading Biff and Chip at school to going home and watching Recess on my TV. I was so into Pokemon, I literally thought that I was Ash. In my head, I looked like a mixture of him and TJ Detweiler when I turned my hat to the back. I remember playing Spyro and Crash before my PlayStation crashed. You remember that moment when the symbol came up, it hadn't actually frozen, when your hardest decision is which starter Pokemon you should have chosen? I remember watching Hey Arnold and Art Attack. Most of these things you probably find in a 90s baby starter pack, like Beyblades and Crazy Bones. Wanting to own your own treehouse or having walkie-talkie radios, like going out for bike rides or having jumpers as goalposts. Those shoes with the wheels and the heels, Heelys, I never had them, but wish that I owned those. Where the hell is Wally? I haven't seen him since going food shopping with my parents and sneaking turkey Twizzlers in the trolley. No, but fuck Jamie Oliver. Fuck Jamie Oliver. Where the hell is Wally? I haven't seen him since going food shopping with my parents and sneaking Sunny Delight inside the trolley. From playing Wembley doubles to headers and volleys, if I was to put on a blue hat right now, I'd literally look like the real life version of Noddy. But honestly, Scooby-Doo was onto some relevant shit, cause it was always the human beings dressed up as the monsters doing all of the terrible things. If they were to make a new episode today, I can almost definitely say Jinkies, cause under the mask you find Donald Trump saying I would've gotten away with it too if it weren't for that dumb dog and those meddling kids. Bro, I ain't telling no fibs. That's So Raven and Izzy McGuire was really my shit. But more so I felt for Gordo, cause he was in the friend zone before we even knew what that is. Sorry, knew what that was. Now cause I'm doing poetry, I gotta try and be a bit more grammatically correct, unlike them when I'd say stuff like BRB or soz I, G2G cause I got to go and update my top friends on Bebo. There is no point in playing GTA anymore as I have just lost all of the cheat codes. See, no one really uses MSN anymore, but this girl just told me I'm a Hotmail. And now cause I got a different outlook on life, if she wants to come and stay, we don't have to top tail. Take me back to when I could still pay 10p for a Freddo. When the worst possible pain I could ever feel is walking around my house barefoot and accidentally treading on some Lego. I used to bang out Busted and S Club 7 so much like I was in some European rave dancing to techno, but maybe I was just reaching for the stars from the get-go, cause I would have these glow-in-the-dark stars on my ceiling. I look up at them every night before I drift off. My taste in music literally goes from a grime song to a Disney song, from hip-hop to Slipknot to reggae. I remember playing Mario 64 to Ocarina of Time and Super Smash Bros. Melee. To me, Ronaldinho was always just that guy. He was like getting to the end of a level on a Mario Game Boy game and thinking, how did he set the bar that high? That's right, I'm talking back when we used to watch VCR before we had DVDs. Back when they had Dick and Dom in the Bungalow on BBC. Now if you were to look up Dick and Dom in the Bungalow BBC, please be careful of the results that come up in your HTTP. I remember buying my first CD from HMV to watching hours of DBZ up on my TV screen. Please don't scream. That's what my mum would say to me and my friends when we were saying who could shout out bogeys the loudest. I don't think I remember a more epic moment than Vegeta saying it's over 9,000. Bro, I was the proudest. When I got my first pair of Total 90 trainers. I remember going to get them on a weekend and walking into school on Monday like I was actually famous. I felt like Harry Potter when he rolled that first Nimbus 2000. Like Goku when he rolled that first Nimbus Cloud, or the first time that Mario defeated Bowser. It felt like when I got that first Just Do It bag. My friend had that new End Up song on his Sony Eriksson Walkman phone. I was like, yo, can you please Bluetooth that? I remember putting 101 viruses on my computer from using LimeWire and RuneScape, and kids today don't know those things. I know you felt so cool when you set your BBM status to Slee Don't Ping. I feel sorry for Stacy, cause all we ever did was sing that song about her mother. I remember the last couple minutes on the last day of term before that amazing 6 weeks of summer. All of these things will stay with me probably forever. Back in the 90s and the early 2000s when things were just that little bit better. Grooverse, thank you very much. I've been Woodzy. Peace out, peace in. Give it up for the bands. Third show, Groovers. Thank you so much for coming out, everyone. I've enjoyed it so much, so much. We've had George Lowe